Welcome back to Path to Pub. I'm Darts Matt. I'm going to be talking today about the 3 things I've done in 2023 to get my 3-dart average from 39 up to 52. Just want to say to begin with, thank you to everybody that commented, subscribed to the channel after the first video. I think we had over 1,000 views in the first 24 hours. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. It really means a lot. I'm not really too sure what I'm doing as I go and try and vlog this darting journey that I'm on, but I do really appreciate all those kind words, comments, messages I got on Twitter as well. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. We're here today to talk about those 3 things that I did that has helped. And one of the comments I do want to pick up on is talking about relative success. And yeah, I get going from 39 to 52 in 12 months actually isn't all that impressive. I can't help that I haven't gone further yet, albeit I have absolutely tried all that I can to do that. But we're all on this journey. We're taking it bit by bit, trying what we can to make those incremental improvements. Until then, it's Friday evening. I'm waiting for my mate Dan to turn up. I've got a beer. We're gonna have a few beers. We're gonna play some 501 over here in Milton Keynes Sports Bar in Newport Pagnell. We're going to talk about some of the darts that we're going to be playing next year. I know Dan's pretty keen to join a team as well. So let's roll some footage of the game that we played today. I'll be back in my office tomorrow where I'll go through those 3 things. And trust me, you'll want to stick around particularly for the 3rd one, which is a concept from golf, which I'm putting into darts, hoping it's going to work even more in 2024.
So this is my first bit of footage of me playing some darts, but what I want this channel to be in the coming months and future episodes is behind the scenes of playing in a competition, playing live darts, that live reaction and following that darting journey. In the meantime, if you wouldn't mind jumping in the comments, with Dan and I having an average of 50, what should we do next? Should we join a pub team? Should we find online some live competitions locally? And if so, what website should we use? Or should we just go straight to ADC, go through that passage of losing a fair bit, but kind of learning the trade as we go? But anyway, any comments or suggestions or advice would be greatly appreciated. Before I get to the office, here's Dan in action. Nice, mate. Got that on the old camera.
Hey! So here we are, back in the relatively new office actually. So before I get into those 3 things that helped me improve my game in 2023, I actually want to just show you now, and I'll run the clip of the space that we're in, which is a brand new log cabin built in the garden here, which will double into an office, a dart studio with lots of different recording capability for content, and a small retail section which will be along this wall that's behind me here. The idea really behind it is to, well, twofold. Firstly, offer a place where we can do high level, really targeted darts related content for training, routines, practice, maybe do some live streaming so I can play against guys like yourself, or guys and girls like yourself, of course. And then finally, maybe the opportunity longer term for people of the public to come in and use the facility as a recording studio, gain online lessons, virtual lessons, or have live lessons in the studio here. So it's a concept at the moment, but the hard work has definitely been done. And as you can see, the dog really enjoys it too. So those 3 things. Number 1, I touched on in the last, or number 1, sorry, was what the first video was all about. And that was my virtual darts lesson with Daniel from StraightToThePointDarts. Check him out on YouTube at StraightToThePointDarts, or check out his website, which is StraightToThePointDarts.co.uk. Number 2 is I joined an online darts community called GDL. GDL180.com. Now what that is, it's an online darts community where you get to play against people of a similar level to you. They'll help you set up with your camera so you can use your phone, or you can use a webcam, which I use. I should just show you my setup here until this place gets done. They help you with that setup so you're ready to go and you've got live footage of your dartboard. And then using their scoring system, you can play then online against people of a similar standard. How they do that is when you join, you get given a mentor, and that mentor will play 3 or 4 games with you, and they'll be able to work out by playing and using the scoring system what your 3-dart average is. Once you've got your average, you're placed into a league, and they've got a tier system of diamond, platinum, gold, tungsten, silver, bronze is forever growing as more players get in. So you get put in your category, and then you're in a league against players of a similar standard to you. And the goal really is to try and climb up the leagues. They run leagues, 4 leagues per year, where you play everybody and then you go into a knockout if you're in the top 4 of that league. But they also run pretty much every month what they call their tour, which is a bi-monthly knockout competition as well. And it all ends with a world championship, which is at the end of the year. Really interesting actually, Bhav Patel, who is playing next week at the PDC, at the Ali Pali in the World Champs, he's actually someone that's really active in that GDL community. So listen, I don't think I'm going to be getting there anytime soon, or at all, maybe, who knows. But really cool to see and have those stories when you see players that you're playing against or playing in the same community of going on to achieve such incredible things. Yeah, number 2 was joining the GDL. I was really lucky. I managed to win one of the leagues in the beginning of the year when I was playing in the bronze league, and now I'm up, I think, in the silver or tungsten division, depending on sort of that 3-dot average as it's gone up. So it's a really cool way to track your own progress. The only problem is, as the GDL grows, they're attracting more players, so sometimes your performance improves, but your division goes down because there's just so many more players. But it's really good, really great community, really active on Twitter X, really active on YouTube, and it's been a really great way for me to actually meet some people and play. And they've actually got live darts, which I will be vlogging from Southampton next year in April, which I'm absolutely buzzing to do and actually put some faces to the dartboards that I've been playing against. The GDL Online Darts League, great place to get confidence about playing darts in a competitive situation. You're put under pressure with your counting, obviously, even though you're in a relatively safe environment because you're at home. But also, you get to meet people that are going through, and you're in the same standard as other people as well. So they're having the same challenges. You know, for me, when I started, counting was a bit slow, and so it was with my competitors as well, and we were okay with that. You take 3 darts to throw at the ball rather than just the 1, because do you know what? You need it. And it's just a really nice, friendly, warm community for you to develop your darts in the own space environment of your place, of your house. And number 3, the third thing, which really kicked in towards the second half of the year, if you clocked some of that tracking in the footage I showed earlier, was, and actually I'll put it back on the screen now, was the development of my 3-dot average quite late in the year. And I think I put that down to this concept called purposeful practice. And what purposeful practice is where you dedicate time where you're highly focused to that practice session. I divided my practice up into scoring, into finishing, and into doubles. And I had a number of games that I've actually put in my YouTube shorts, and I'll link one here. And I would set my clock, set my timer for 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time, and just really dedicate to being focused in that practice session. It's going to sound mad. I know this from golf. It's really easy to just pick up your phone, you know, and you end up throwing half the darts than you're supposed to. You're texting in between throws, you maybe having a few beers, you could be, you know, having a conversation with the other half while you're, you know, dedicating some time to practice. And listen, you saw from last night, you know, I don't take myself really all that seriously. I love going out and playing darts with Dan, my dad's, you know, some of my other mates as well. But also, if I'm looking to get better, I've got to be quite diligent with my time. And this concept of purposeful practice has really helped me later in the year, I think, get that average starting to climb. Because when you're locked into a practice session, whether it's 20 minutes on doubles or 20 minutes on 50s finishes, you're focused in those sessions. The final thing I've been trying to do, and it's really hard, is to do full routine when I'm throwing the darts. And I'll just do a quick clip of what that means, but it's going up, it's standing back, looking at the dartboard, picking my target, stepping in, checking my feet, getting my head comfortable, bringing that dart up, a little bit like was talked about in that virtual darts lesson, and then full release at the target, and then repeating that every time I go in to throw during that 20-minute practice session. Now, you can't do that for hours. You can't keep that intensity for hours. Just mentally, you can't. You know, things happen. The dog barks. Wife gets back from work, maybe I want to text a couple of mates, that's going to happen. But then I try to just lock in that 20 minutes. And I think that's made a real difference, that 20 minutes of purposeful practice. And there's loads of material, which I'll actually link in the description, about how purposeful practice has helped people from all sports, all walks of life, business, etc. So yeah, give it a go. So those 3 things were, I got a virtual darts lesson, I played GDL 180 online darts, and I put into my practice what we call purposeful practice. And I think that's really helped in some of that improvement. So yeah, give them a go. Any comments, feedback, you may massively agree or completely disagree with what I've been talking about. You know, I'm right at the beginning of my journey, so I'm trying to capture, I'm trying to vlog and blog this as I go. And it's really interesting to get your own thoughts of what you think is the right thing today down through video format for myself. And there'll be those of you that have been through where I am and way beyond that may have other opinions or other thoughts or things that I should be thinking about when it comes to practice. But, you know, primary goal is just to keep enjoying it. Primary goal is to just go out, have fun, play loads of darts, meet loads of people. But, you know, when I'm at home, if I really want to improve, I've got to start thinking about these things. So that's where we're at. I'm off now to watch Watford at Vicarage Road, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. That is telling the YouTube algorithm that you like darts content and this has been useful, and that helps me get the channel out there as far as possible. So thank you for that. Next week, I'm going to be posting, probably actually in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be looking forward to 2024, and I'm going to start to think about playing live. I don't know whether to join a pub league and play in that team format, or playing some pub competitions, or maybe just jump straight into the Vault, the ADC tournaments. I don't know. Maybe any thoughts on what I should do next, you know, comment below, because that's what the next video is going to be all about. I'm going to be sharing some practice routines. I'm going to be looking forward to playing live darts in 2024. And then in 2 videos time, whichever I decide, we'll bring a live vlog from a live competition competitive play. So yeah, excited to do all this. It does feel weird. It's not something I've done before, but hopefully you enjoy this content of getting to know me and getting to know somebody, or can relate to somebody that's going through developing in the darting world. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Throw well.